Very fortunate to be joined by Grandmaster Sam Shankland once again. You've just passed Dubov. How are you feeling?
Not good. I mean, I was sort of like the match with Richard. I was a little bit surprised at how smooth the tiebreak was because I considered him the favorite in the rapid section. But yeah, I guess I played pretty well.
I mean, you know, you've gone to the tiebreaks a couple of times now. It seems to have become a bit of a tradition almost for you. But you know, you've said last time that we spoke, you don't rate yourself so highly in rapid. Is your perspective on that changing?
Well, it's not just me; it's the rating system as well.
But that's changing too, I guess.
I'm definitely have a bit more confidence now that, I mean, like for example, in the match with FIDE, it felt very back and forth. At some point, I felt like I was 1 foot out the door. And then, but these last two matches with Richard and Dubov were both very, very good rapid players. I would even consider them better than rapid and classical, and that I beat them both like very convincingly. It gives a lot of confidence moving forward.
Was there any point in your match against Dubov, in all of the games, classical or rapid, where you felt slightly less in control or slightly worried?
Yeah,
even?
so I felt I overpressed in game one. I thought I was much better or close to winning, which is completely wrong. When I gave this exchange, I thought it was very good for me, but like black's at least fine. And by the time I realized I'd overpressed, it looked pretty bad, but at some point I realized, okay, I have to defend this position. Then very quickly he ended up playing bishop c4 just a few moves later, at which point I was immediately out of danger again. So that was just the one brief moment. And then yesterday's game in the Grunfelds, I mean, you always worry a little bit you'll get mated on the dark squares, like when I went for queen d3 and queen e4, but I was pretty confident I'd be okay.
You mentioned that, you know, with Dubov and Rapport to some extent, you think they're stronger rapid players than classical. From the perspective of Dubov, for sure, it seems like in a lot of the games here, he has generally gone for quite quick draws, not really given his opponents much of a game in classical, and seems to have a strategy of going to the tiebreaks.
Well, if you can do that, great, but you have to hold with black all the time.
Yeah.
And I know there was like a candidate where Grishuk was doing this, and he did it like beautifully. He beat Kramnik, he beat, yeah, he definitely beat Kramnik. Who else did he beat? Maybe Aronian, I'm not sure. But then like he was doing the same thing with Boris in the final and then finally lost the last game. So, you know, there is the risk. You need to be able to hold with black to pull this off. At least with me, I got a nice advantage against Dubov in game one, but very quickly I misplayed it. So I don't know, it was his strategy. I guess it had worked for him to this point. You know, beating Prognanon is not an easy feat, but it didn't work today.
Do you think it's just final question, you know, in your thoughts, in your perspective, do you think it's kind of like a fair approach or strategy to take, or does it kind of undervalue the classical portion to some extent, a bit disrespectful almost?
It doesn't. I mean, he's welcome to play the match however he wishes. I personally would never do that, and I would rather someone who doesn't do that wins, but if he does that and he makes it work and wins the World Cup, you know, more power to him. I guess if I take issue with that, it's my duty to crush him when I have white. I completely failed in that job, so you know, I had to play the tiebreak.
Well, you did crush him, so yeah, no, congratulations on that, and you know, wishing you the best of luck with your games tomorrow and the rest of the tournament. So thank you very much for talking with me. Thank you.
Sure.